넘어졌던 The Other War, Chapter 13. Sorry, I did this last time. Okay, here we go. It's the last chapter, I think. Yep, it's the last chapter. Chapter 13, The Use of Spies. Sun Tzu said, raising a host of 100,000 men and marching them great distances entails heavy loss on the people and a drain on the resources of the state. The daily expenditure will amount to 1,000 ounces of silver. There will be commotion at home and abroad, and men will drop down exhausted on the highways. As many as 700,000 families will be impeded in their labor. Hostile armies may face each other for years, striving for the victory which is decided in a single day. This being so, to remain in ignorance of the enemy's condition simply because one grudges the outlay of 100 ounces of silver in honors and emoluments is the height of inhumanity. One who acts thus is no leader of men, no present help to his sovereign, no master of victory. Thus, what enables the wise sovereign and the good general to strike and conquer and achieve things beyond the reach of ordinary men is foreknowledge. Now this foreknowledge cannot be elicited from spirits. It cannot be obtained from Now this foreknowledge cannot be elicited from spirits. It cannot be obtained inductively from experience, nor by any deductive calculation. Knowledge of the men's dispositions can only be obtained from other men. Hence the use of spies, of whom there are 5 classes: local spies, inward spies, converted spies, doomed spies, surviving spies. When these 5 kinds of spy are all at work, none can discover the secret system. This is called divine manipulation of the threads. It is the sovereign's most precious faculty. Having local spies means employing the services of the inhabitants of a district. Having inward spies, making use of officials of the enemy. Having converted spies, getting hold of the enemy's spies and using them for our own purposes. Having doomed spies, doing certain things openly for purposes of deception, and allowing our own spies to know of them and report them to the enemy. Surviving spies, finally, are those who bring back news from the enemy's camp. Hence it is that with none in the whole army are more intimate relations to be maintained than with spies. None should be more liberally rewarded. In no other business should greater secrecy be preserved. Spies cannot be usefully employed without a certain intuitive sagacity. They cannot be properly managed without benevolence and straightforwardness. Without subtle ingenuity of mind, one cannot make certain of the truth of their reports. Be subtle, and use your spies for every kind of business. If a secret piece of news is divulged by a spy before the time is ripe, he must be put to death, together with the man to whom the secret was told. Whether the object be to crush an army, to storm a city, or to assassinate an individual, it is always necessary to begin by finding out the names of the attendants, the aides de camp, the doorkeepers, and sentries of the general in command. Our spies must be commissioned to ascertain these. The enemy spies who have come to spy on us must be sought out, tempted with bribes, led away, and comfortably housed. Thus they will become converted spies and available for our service. It is through the information brought by the converted spy that we are able to acquire and employ local and inward spies. It is owing to his information again that we can cause the doomed spy to carry false tidings to the enemy. Lastly, it is by his information that the surviving spy can be used on appointed occasions. The end and aim of spying in all its 5 varieties is knowledge of the enemy. And this knowledge can only be derived in the first instance from the converted spy. Hence it is essential that the converted spy be treated with the utmost liberality. Of old, the rise of the Yin dynasty was due to Ai Chi, who had served under the Huxia. Likewise, the rise of the Chao dynasty was due to Lu Yang, who had served under the Yin. Hence it is only the enlightened ruler and the wise general who will use the highest intelligence of the army for purposes of spying, and thereby they achieve great results. Spies are a most important element in war, because on them depends an army's ability to move. And that's it. That's the book. Thank you. Namaste. Now Korean. Three sections. Okay, cool. It's not that long. 용간. There we go. 무릇 군상 10만 명을 일으켜 천리를 출정하게 되면 백성들이 비용과 조정의 재정은 하루 천금이 소요되며 나라 안팎이 혼란스럽게 요동치며 길을 보수하는 데에도 게을러지게 되고 농사를 지을 수 없게 되는 자가 70만 가구에 이른다. 서로 몇 년 동안 대치하다가도 하루 만에 승패가 절경된다. 그런데도 작위와 복록과 돈이 아까워 적의 사정을 알려고 하지 않는다. 그런데도 작위와 복록과 돈이 아까워 적의 사정을 알려고 하지 않는 자는 이질이 못함에 극치이니 아른 사람의 장수가 될 수 없고 주군을 보좌 할 자격도 없으며 승리의 주인이 될 수도 없다. 그러므로 현명한 군주와 어진 장수가 군대를 움직여 적을 이기고 적보다 공을 이룰 수 있는 까닭은 그들보다 먼저 적 진의 상황을 알았기 때문이다. 먼저 안다는 것은 귀신에게 의존해서 알 수 있는 것이 아니며 이전에 있었던 일에서 유추할 수 있는 것도 아니고 법도에 의해서 시험해 볼 수 있는 것도 아니며 반드시 사람에게 취해서 적의 상황을 알아내는 것이다. 그러므로 간첩을 활용하는 데에는 5가지가 있으니 향간이 있고 대간이 있으며 반간이 있고 사간이 있으며 생간이 있다. 5 유형의 간첩이 모두 일어나면 적군은 아무도 우리의 도를 알 수 없으니 이것을 일컬어 신기라고 하며 군주된 자의 보배이다. 향간이란 그 고을 사람을 활용하는 것이다. 내간이란 적의 관료를 활용하는 것이다. 반간이란 적의 간첩을 아군의 간첩으로 활용하는 것이다. 사간이란 조정 밖에서 거짓 일을 만들어 아군의 간첩에게 믿게 하여 다시 적의 간첩에게 전달되게 하는 것이다. 생간이란 도라와 적정을 보고하게 하는 것이다. 그러므로 3분의 1 중에서 간첩보다 더 친한 것은 없고 간첩에게 주는 것보다 후한 상은 없으며 간첩보다 더 비밀스러운 일은 없다. 성현의 지혜가 없으면 간첩을 활용할 수 없다. 이질고 이롭지 않으면 간첩을 부릴 수 없다. 교묘하고 미묘하지 않으면 간첩의 실적을 얻을 수 없다. 미묘하고도 미묘하구나. 간첩을 활용하지 않을 수 없음이며 간첩의 정보다 아직 발표되지도 않았는데 드러나면 먼저 들은 자와 간첩 그리고 그러한 정보를 알려준 자 모두 죽여야 한다. 무릎 공격하고자 하는 적의 군대와 공격하고자 하는 적의 성, 죽이고 자하는 적의 사람에 대해서는 반드시 먼저 알아야 하는데 아군의 간첩에게 그곳을 지키는 장수, 수장을 모시는 측근, 조언자, 성문지기, 안사인 등의 성명을 반드시 알아내게 하여야 한다. 적인데도 아군 측에 와 있는 간첩은 반드시 찾아내어 이익으로 회유하고 유도해 적국으로 돌려보냄으로써 반간을 얻어서 활용할 수 있다. 이로 인해 적의 내부 사정을 알 수 있게 되면 향간과 내간도 얻어서 부릴 수 있다. 이들을 통해 적의 상황을 알 수 있으므로 사간은 거짓된 일들을 만들어 적에게 다음대로 전할 수도 있다. 이들을 통해 적의 상황을 알 수 있으므로 생간은 기일을 정해보고 할 수 있도록 한다. 다섯 유형의 간첩에 관한 일은 군주라면 반드시 알고 있어야만 하고 그것을 알아내는 데는 반드시 반간에게 달려있다. 그러므로 반간은 후한 대우를 하지 않으면 안 된다. 옛날에 은 나라가 흥성할 때 이윤은 왕조에 있었고 주나라가 흥성할 때 여아는 은 왕조에 있었다. 그러므로 오직 총명한 군주와 현명한 장수만이 뛰어난 지혜로서 간첩을 활용해 반드시 큰 공적을 이룰 수 있었던 것이다. 이것이 용병의 요체이니 삼군이 간첩을 믿고 움직이게 되는 것이다. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm done. Next is Sanskrit writing and recitation. I'm wondering what I should do first. I might want to do recitation first because I got the setup ready. And today shouldn't be that long. Śrīmad Bhagavatam. Let me just check how long this Śrīmad Bhagavatam is today. So I've been, sometimes reading Sanskrit for like 2 hours. Śrīmad Bhagavatam because of Śrīmad. Oh, and let me go back to chapter 1, I guess. Sorry, I'm just preparing myself for next time. Okay. I won't do the Art of War again for another 2 months or at least a month. Or I don't know. Depends on how often I do, stuff other than Sanskrit. So this, I call it world religion. I start with the Book of Mormon. That's the latest religious book that came out, and then Chaitanya Charitamrita, so a holy book from Hinduism, came out 500 years ago, and then the Quran. Should I read? Yeah, I would. The Quran, which came out around 500 AD, and then the New Testament, going back in the chronological order, basically 2,000 years ago, and then the Buddha Charitam, non-Sanskrit translations, and then the Other War, and finally the Old Testament. So then I do the whole thing again. So I still have like 6 more stuff to do before I get back to the Other War. Let me see. I just want to check how long this Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam is. It's been like, I've been seriously getting beat up by Srimad Bhagavatam lately. It's really, really hard. So let me just check here. Sorry, session's over. I'm just preparing for the next round. It's chapter 6, huh? Yeah, it's long. So, well, it's at least there are like normal shlokas and not irregular. All right, so this may be a normal session today. Oh, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is 5. Oh no, this is Bhagavad Gita. I didn't. Where is Srimad Bhagavatam? Alright, it's chapter 7. Go back. So 19, but these are irregular shlokas. So yeah, it's gonna beat me up again. Look at that. Just not as bad as like some previous ones, but that's a normal shloka. Still long. So, the irregular shlokas I use because they have to fit in like long words, and that's one of the reasons anyway. So, this one, look at that word. You have to fit that in, so use irregular. That's a 2-line word, and that is like 20 syllables, maybe 30 syllables, 30 up to 35 syllable word. Yeah, so it makes it really, really difficult. Srimad Bhagavatam is, I think it's the most difficult Vedic literature, period. It came out later than almost everything else. So came out about 5,000 years ago. Okay, so thank you very much. I'm done. Oof. So I guess I'll do this next. Have a good day. Namaste.